when you make the statement that Jesus is the promised land, Jesus is the new Israel, Jesus is the temple, Jesus is the promised land. When you make that statement, that is replacement theology.
Oh, you dispensationalists, why fight against God's purposes? Even babes know that God is not building his kingdom by priests and Levites, formerly entrusted with the law of God, according to Deuteronomy 33:10. Jesus referred to Isaiah 5:7 when he said, I am the true vine, meaning there was a false vine, just as he revealed saying, I am the true shepherd, meaning there were false shepherds. Oh, that these men understood half the meaning of these figures of speech. A vine means an assembly-wielding influence, and wine from that vine is the nature of their governance. When Jesus calls himself the vine, a term Israel as a whole was called by, he meant that what the priests and the Levites and the kings were for in Israel, for a reality, that reality is now in him as the true vine. That is why Jesus is the true Israel, and therefore all that are in him. God chose Israel and called them a vine, not for Palestine, but for dominions and dwellings reaching the abyss, which are called high places over the earth. Promised to Jacob in Isaiah 58:14, realms today of angels of destruction, of whom is Gog, or the angelic king of the abyss, Abaddon. That's why Joseph's inheritance defies norm, because he is given inheritance in the abyss in the womb, in Genesis chapter 49, verse 29, alongside other sons. Therefore it is written Joseph shall be helped in that Genesis 49, because these are realms of rebel angels. Jesus referenced Isaiah 5:7 when he said, I am the true vine, meaning there was a shadow vine, just as he revealed saying, I am the true shepherd, meaning there were shadow shepherds, because things in the Old Testament were shadows. That is why Joseph is given the abyss for blessings and a dwelling. Jesus calls himself that vine because he fulfilled what Israel was chosen for, to be a ruler over man and angels. Don't you understand Micah 5:2? Then believe Romans chapter 8, 19-23. And as Israel is scheduled for influence called vines in realms under heaven, therefore it is written in Isaiah 65:21, they shall plant vineyards. Just as Israel was God's vineyard, so shall creations of God, visible and invisible, be vineyards to the Israel of God, who are all in Jesus, the true vine. So, when this Israel is glorified, the Israel of God, in their dominions, they shall be kings over creations of God, called vineyards, just as God was the overall king in Israel. Because God chose Israel not for continuing in Palestine, but for dominions and dwellings reaching the abyss, called houses, and their dwellers called vineyards and olives and living creations of all kinds, realms today of angels of destruction, of whom is Gog and the Abaddon. That is why Hebrews 13 verse 14 says, we have no continuing city here. These high places over the earth shall not be given to Israel for a dominion, by means of Israel the nation, but by Jesus Christ as head over the church, as it is written in Ephesians 3:10. And as it is in Revelation, saying, he has made us kings and priests to our God, and we shall reign on earth.